this is why I tell you not to get attached to players. Also, if something doesn't happen in the first 48, 72 hours, there's probably an issue. I have been saying this for the last week that DJ Chark, there was an issue. Turns out that we got some breaking news, man. He will not be back a Detroit Lion. He decides to take a deal with the Carolina Panthers. It is a 1-year deal. Now, the contract specifics have not come out yet. According to Adam Schefter, it is a 1-year deal. I'm sorry, Ian Rappaport. Ian Rappaport's 1-year deal. No updates yet. Says the Panthers aren't done adding on offense, agreeing to terms with wide receiver DJ Chark on a 1-year deal, sources say. A complete remake of the Carolina offense is underway, and Chark will be a big part of it, as will their new rookie QB. Now, this tells me that Chark, and I told y'all before, man, we can't get attached to these players. Both Chark and Jamal Williams said they wanted to come back. Now, you might hear a little bit of irritation in my voice. The irritation comes from the fact that both of these guys said they want to come back. Both of these guys said they got to do what's best for their family. But I knew something was up because if you don't sign, if you want to come back, you come back, right? John Kaminsky came right back. The people who wanted to be back, they came right back. John Kaminsky was the first one to sign, and all these other guys come back. And then you had Jamal holding out a little bit. And it had been 11 days since the start of, today marks day 11, since the start of free agency. And there was no word at all from DJ Chark. Then we heard, well, it was going to be between the Panthers and it was going to be between the Lions. And then that went on for like another week. And today comes out, he posts the sunglasses tweet, and then he signs a 1-year deal. Now, I'll try to put the contract details in the description or as the pinned comment when they come out. I was waiting for them to come out. They didn't come out. So this is what this means. I really would like to know why the Lions waited specifically on Chark. I'm like half and half on this one because now the chemistry between Jared Goff, he has to develop with someone else. All that whole Chark hanging around Detroit and all that stuff is not, all of this stuff is nonsense. If somebody wants to be here, they want to be here. And that's the first order of business. If you want to be on my team, then you're on my team. So now we are going to draft a wide receiver, which is not a big deal. That means that 2 of our picks will be used on offense. We'll probably draft a quarterback. We brought back Nate Sudfeld. That is an issue. That is not an upgrade, but that means that he's going to have to draft someone. That's exactly what that means. Cleared up a lot of cap space yesterday. Was that in the last-ditch effort to get Chark? Was that what that was? Could it be a trade he's trying to move? Now, after the Chark thing fell through. Now, Elijah Moore is gone. Denzel Mims is still on the market. I believe that they can trade for him. That's if the Jets are willing to give him up. So here is just a list of kind of free agents that I looked at, that these are all the available free agent wide receivers. So I could see one of these moves happening. I could even see a Kenny Golladay reunion, honestly. But out of these guys, this is who I could see the Lions kind of going after. There's been some reports of maybe a Miles Boykin. Odell Beckham Jr. will not happen, so don't even talk about it. Miles Boykin, he played for the Steelers last year. I believe he was a first-round pick from the Baltimore Ravens several years ago. I could see, honestly, probably him, Marquise Goodwin. I could see Byron Pringle and Kenny Golladay maybe, and Marvin Jones. Because we need that veteran guy, that leader, that type of guy. We already have Jamison Williams on the roster, and he's going to continue to need mentoring. And I think now we got to get Calvin Johnson back in the fold. Now, Chark was the beginning half of the season. I was like, we can't bring him back. And then he balled out the second half of the season, and he got, like I said, I'll put the contract details in the description. But I can see the Lions picking up a free agent just for depth because you can never have too many wide receivers. Quintez Cephas will now probably stay on the roster. We saw what happened when Josh Reynolds went down. That means that I think Tom Kennedy might even make it and stick around. This was a big cog, a big piece in the puzzle. Now we're going to have essentially a rookie in Jamison Williams. now everybody was like, that's going to take away from Jameson Williams' world. Now we're going to have to get a wide receiver. So we're going to have a sophomore player, a wide receiver, a rookie wide receiver, and probably a veteran depth piece outside of Josh Reynolds. So I knew this was going to be how it went because 11 days is a long time. 11 days is a long time to not make a decision. But I'm really kind of interested more on why did Brad Holmes not move on from him when he moved on from Jamal Williams? Probably because running backs are quote unquote a dime a dozen, but if you look at the free agent markets, receivers are not. So anyway, it is what it is, man. DJ Chark moved on. I keep telling y'all, man, you can't get attached to these players, all that jibber jabber. I want to stay in Detroit. There's always a but the money has to be right. So now Brad Holmes has to make something happen. Maybe a Quinn Johnston. Maybe one of them guys we might snatch one of those guys, man. Real talk. So it's going to be quite the sight to see this coming season. Got to get that rapport with Jared Goff. That is going to be the biggest deal. We saw what it looked like with Jameson Williams. We got it. So that has to be built. And he can't be injured. He probably won't be. So anyway, let me know what you think in the comments below. Are you shocked at this at all? I'm not. Took forever. We should have known something was coming. But anyway, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Trying to get to 10K by the NFL draft. You guys are awesome. Take care of yourself. And as always, go Lions.